You've been watching Love Hurts on Cupid TV, paid for in part by Madam Glam. Madam Glam is your one-stop shop for salon-quality, at-home nail gels and polishes. They were founded with a mission to provide long-lasting, quality gel polishes that are certified vegan, cruelty-free, free of 21 toxic chemicals that are generally found in nail polishes, and affordable. Their patented 3-step process takes just minutes to apply and lasts for up to 4 weeks. Their polishes are highly pigmented and absolutely lovely. Madam Glam also just released a new collection called House of Love, featuring 8 new shades for Valentine's Day. And now, back to the show.
Quite that simple. It's still going to take some effort on your part. It's not just... Okay. You know what? Sure, yes, I'm sure that washing your face with rose water will solve all of your problems. Yep, definitely.
Right. Well, thank you for visiting Cupid Incorporated. Have a love-filled day. Absolute morons. Whoever said the customer is always right, obviously never met the customer. Hopefully the next one won't be quite such an idiot. Alright, who's next? Hi, thank you for waiting. Welcome to Cupid Incorporated. We're quite busy this time of year. I'm sure you can understand. So, are you here to put in a query, or are you here to check on the status of a query? A query, yeah, you know, you fill out the paperwork with who you want Cupid to, and then we offer the request to the god himself, and then he decides if he answers it or not. Yeah, it's not really like a solid yes or no thing. It's a little hard to control love, especially when you have the goddess of love and the god of war decide to have a child, and then you can imagine it can be a little chaotic. But we guarantee that we will offer all requests up to Mr. Cupid himself, and then he'll take it from there. So, do you have your paperwork for your request? Oh, you're not here for that. Okay. Sorry about that. What can I do for you then? Really? You think that you've been struck by one of his arrows and it's screwing up your life? Right. Sure. I'm sure it is. No. I believe you. I'm sure you're right. Let's just, let's take a little bit of a closer look at your energy, okay? We should be able to tell, sort of trace residue from his energy if Cupid has been close to you recently, okay? Okay. No, I'm sure you're right. We just gotta check, okay? All right. Here I have a feather from one of Cupid's wings. This will be able to detect if any of his energy, any of his power is on you, okay? So I need you to just hold nice and still. Don't worry, it won't hurt. You won't feel a thing. I'm just going to scan. 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 Scan you just like that. Alright, good. Now this way. Scan. 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 Okay, no, there's definitely some of his energy on you. I'm sorry about before. We get all kinds of people in here who think that it's Cupid who's like screwed up their love life, when really they're just not very nice people, or the way that they go about things is just all wrong, and it's their fault, not Cupid's. Everyone likes to have something to blame. But you actually have been touched by the god of love himself. So why don't you explain what's been going on, okay? Okay, so there's somebody that you have been interested in for a while. Okay, why don't you tell me about them a little bit? Yeah. Aw. Well, they sound great. Okay. Well, what seems to be the problem? Oh. Yeah, that definitely sounds like Cupid. If you all of a sudden can't control yourself around them, and it seems like it's really escalated lately. That's possibly Cupid. He does like to meddle in things, especially if it seems like there's a connection between two people, but they just haven't really taken the next step to do it. He likes to meddle a little bit, and sometimes it can get a bit messy. Okay, so when did this happen exactly? Do you remember, just kind of, or roughly, do you remember a day when you first saw this person and it felt different? Okay. And what's your name? Okay. And where do you live? Where do you think you were shot? Okay. Oh yeah, I can look it up in the database. You see, after the whole Woodstock fiasco, we started working on a way to sort of track Cupid's arrows, just so we know what happens and what doesn't. But I do need a little bit of that preliminary information. Let me just look a little bit. What's your star sign? Okay. Do you happen to remember what color the arrow was that shot you? Did you see it at all? You didn't see it. Okay. Oh yeah. No, he's got different colored arrows that do different things. You see, the golden arrow is the one that he uses the most. That's the one that just kind of creates the lovey-dovey sort of feelings. It's not incredibly intense, but can just kind of help to spur things along a little bit. Or we have the silver arrows, which are a little more intense, almost kind of borderline obsession. And then the steel arrows, which he hardly ever uses, don't worry about it. Those are meant mostly for his enemies, and you become so incredibly obsessed with someone that you are doomed to die of a broken heart. Don't worry, he hasn't used one of those in centuries. Honestly, it's usually the golden arrows. And then, of course, there's the lead arrows, but I don't think that's the case here. Oh, well, the lead arrows, they're actually blunt arrows. And those he uses to create the opposite effect. So, if he's really mad at somebody, he did this once to Apollo. Honestly, it was kind of funny. Apollo's kind of a jerk. He shot Apollo with one of his arrows and made him obsessed with this nymph named Daphne. And then he took one of his lead arrows and he shot Daphne with it. So she was absolutely disgusted by any idea of love or infatuation or romance or affection, anything like that. It was a whole mess, and it ended with Daphne being turned into a tree. Anyway, I don't think that's the case here. Let me just check. We'll narrow our search down to gold and silver. Okay, here you are. Yeah, it, unfortunately he used one of his silver arrows. Yeah, they are quite potent. Yeah, they look just like this. Sometimes he has designs that look a little bit more like a heart, but that's honestly, humans just like to make, one thing, everything. Like with Cupid, it's everything has to be hearts. Everything has to be hearts and like feathers and flowers and things like that. People are a little more nuanced than that, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, so it looks like this was the kind of arrow that he got you with. Okay, I'm just gonna hold this close to you. If this was the type of arrow, it should create sort of this resonant sound, okay? Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, good news. It's not a steel arrow. Those are completely irreversible. So at least it's not that one, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Don't worry. We have people come in now and then who want to have things reversed, and it's a bit of a process, but don't worry. We'll take care of it, okay? Okay, first of all, I do just need to get a little bit of a closer look at you, particularly at your eyes. You know, they say the eyes are the window to the soul, so a lot of his power does seem to sort of cloud the vision, you know, blow out your pupils, things like that. You get that little crazy eye look. Not a good look, but let me just take a little look so we can see what we're dealing with, okay? Is that all right with you? Okay, I've got this light. It's a little bit bright. I'm just going to shine this into your eyes really quickly, okay? Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, it's not the worst case I've ever seen. Don't worry, we'll be able to take care of this. No problem. Let's start with this. Now this is a rose quartz. Rose quartz is often associated with love, both with, you know, romantic love, but also family love. Things like developing trust and understanding of each other, and also self-love, having an understanding of ourselves, being able to forgive our own flaws, things like that as well. And it also can be used to cleanse and to sort of draw out too much feelings. It's just a great way to help balance emotions and things like that. So if the cheeky little god of love stabs you with an arrow that makes you a little too obsessed with your crush, then this can be a good way to help to sort of smooth all that out, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to hold this close to you here. Just nice and close. You can see all those different facets on there. Yeah, this is called a rough crystal. Sometimes you have ones that have been smoothed. They're called tumblers because they've been tumbled until they're polished. This one, you can see all those rough facets on there. I think it keeps it a little more pure, if you ask me. Alright, now I'm just going to draw this back. Okay, let's try that one more time, okay? Just focus right on that rose quartz crystal. Feel those feelings of appropriate love, understanding, and trust. And now we're just going to try to draw that out again. Okay, well, that got some of it, but there's a lot here. You must be very susceptible to his power. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need to draw some of it out. Okay. I think that should work. It's getting some of it at least. So this person that you've been interested in, have they been acting differently lately too? Yeah, when someone starts coming on too strong, it can be a little unsettling, for sure. Well, hopefully you'll be able to smooth things over a little bit. It didn't seem like it was an instant change in them, did it? Like they were just all of a sudden absolutely repulsed by you? Okay, good. I don't know why he would use a lead arrow on you, on someone else because of you. Unless he's really, really, really mad at you for some reason. But you're not in our system as someone that we should have our eye out for, so. Okay, I think that's definitely... helping to get rid of some of that. Are you feeling a little less crazy? Okay. All right. I mean, none of this is your fault. Now, there are people who act a little too crazy, and it is their fault. But this was actually the influence of outside sources. So we'll make sure that we turn you back into the kind and respectful person that you are. I'm sure that this person will respond. Okay? Now, there's a few little pieces that I still just want to get rid of, so I'm going to use this nice soft little brush here and just brush them away, okay? Okay, just need to get quite close and just brush, 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 brush. Okay, brush up here a little bit. Brush, 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 brush. Brush, 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 brush. Brush, 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 brush. Here we go. Brush, 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 brush. Brush, 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 brush. There. Okay. I think that is definitely helping. How do you feel? Good. Good. I'm glad. I definitely think that that is what we needed. Now, one more step. This is a very special potion. It's one that I've been working on for the last few hundred years in cases where Cupid just really butts his head in where he shouldn't, and we need to remove him. This is a potion that will cleanse any of the tiny little bits of power that we weren't able to get from your system, and it will also serve as a bit of a protection, so that if he decides to meddle again, he won't be able to. Or he'll think that he did, but his power won't have any effect on you, okay? Okay. Alright, I'm just going to take a little bit of this. There. Why don't you just take a sip of this, okay? It should taste quite good. It's quite fragrant. It almost smells like a very pungent wine, but more florally, I guess. But it doesn't taste as strong as a wine. It's just... should be quite good. There. How does that feel? Good. Good, 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 good. Well, I think that you are all good to go. Perfectly cleared of any sort of negativity, any sort of obsession that Mr. Cupid may have forced on you. You still don't look very happy. You think that things might have been screwed up a little bit. I'm sorry. I know Cupid usually, says that he's doing it to help, but sometimes he doesn't really take time to really grasp a situation. Sometimes people just need time to end up together on their own, you know? You know what? I shouldn't do this. This is not my department at all, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of help, okay? I'm going to make you a little bit of a potion that will just help to increase your confidence a little bit, okay? Not so much that it's going to make you insufferable or anything. People can definitely have too much confidence, but just a little boost of confidence and self-love. Sometimes when we feel like we're looking for that one special person in our life, a good place to start is with loving yourself first. Okay, here, it's just a few ingredients. These are dried flowers that came from Venus's garden. Have you ever heard the story of Cupid and the bees? He doesn't like telling it. I'm not surprised. When Cupid was very young, he found a beehive in Venus's garden. Venus is his mother. And he wanted some honey. So he tried to go in there and then coerce the bees to give him some honey. But he didn't do a very good job. They ended up stinging him. Now, of course, he's a god, so it didn't really hurt all that much, but it still stings. Gods can still feel pain. So he went to his mother and he was very upset, saying that such little things shouldn't cause so much pain. And Venus just laughed at the irony of this little boy who's half love and half war and causes all kinds of problems for all kinds of people, let's be honest, saying that something so small shouldn't hurt. Because he can cause quite a lot of pain. That should be a good one. There. Just crush those petals into there. Perfect. Alright. This is a very special concoction. Another one that I've been working on for a very long time. This is, in essence, self-confidence, I suppose. But a quiet confidence. Not the loud, everyone look at me, I'm so alpha male, anything like that. Just the gentle confidence of knowing who you are and knowing what you have to offer. There we go. Just add a little bit of this into. There. Then I've got some very little chip pieces of rose quartz here as well. As we said, rose quartz is associated with love and self-confidence. But don't worry, this is a magic potion. Obviously that will dissolve, so you're not actually drinking rocks, I promise. There we go. Nothing wrong with a little extra love. There. Perfect. Just give that a moment. Then you can give this a drink too. And hopefully this will give you the right amount of confidence and peace about the situation. If it's meant to be, then it's going to happen. You don't need love arrows and anything else to make love happen. Love can be volatile, it can be painful, but when love is true, it finds a way. All right, here you are. Why don't you give that a drink? There. Well, hopefully that will do the trick. And on your journey back home, that will just give you that little extra boost that you needed, okay? Okay. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Okay. Well, I am sorry about the mix-up. I hope that everything is all right. If you do need any help in the future, please don't hesitate to ask, all right? Okay. Well, thank you for visiting Cupid Incorporated. Have a love-filled day.